Alrighty. Could you start by telling me your name?
My name is Kwana Royal.
Kwana, it's nice to meet you. And do I have permission to record this interview?
Yes.
Awesome. Alrighty, my name is Anaya. We are here at the Anacostia River Fest on May 17th. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's a little warm, but it's all good.
Yeah, it's a little warm today. So I'm just going to ask you a few questions about your experience as a woman in go-go, or a woman in the go-go scene.
Okay.
First question, when did you get involved in the go-go scene?
Well, I think I became a fan of the music very early on in my life. It was in the late 70s, and it was Bustin' Loose by Chuck Brown, because my grandfather had the 45. I don't know if you know the little vinyl records, the 45 single. And that was just my song. So it was just like the sound, even at 4 years old, that sound was just so distinctive to my ears. I was just a fan from that point on.
Oh, I love that. Do you remember your first time going to the go-go?
Well, I had to be in my teen years. I'm not exactly sure. I was in high school maybe, because I really didn't follow the bands like some of my friends did. At that time I was living in PG County, and the bands played out there, but some people followed the bands every week, every night, and I wasn't one of those people, so.
Okay. How has the go-go scene changed over time?
Well, I think there's more, the scene itself, I think it's more diverse now, because we have such a diverse population in the district, and people have gotten introduced to the music. I think at one time, especially in the 90s, you know, violence kind of surrounded the genre, although it was not the artists, but things that happen outside of the venues. And now I don't think people have to worry about that as much. So that's one of the positive things that I would say has happened.
Awesome. And beyond the music itself, what are the important and maybe unseen or underappreciated elements of the go-go scene?
Well, I just think the whole culture and what it means to this area. Because as a Washingtonian, this is our thing. You know, it's our sound, it originated here. At some point it had the potential to go nationwide, and there were a few artists that did like records with major companies, but for the most part it has stayed here. And it's just a culture. It's a movement, it's a culture. It's something that I think most of us are just extremely proud of. Even if other people don't get it, we know what it's about. So, yeah.
Awesome. In what ways do you feel that you have contributed to the go-go scene?
Well, I think I've contributed to the scene just by being a listener, just by going to shows, and like I said, just keeping the music alive. Because I don't live in the district anymore, but where I am, you know, I still hear and play go-go music. There's still artists that come and perform. So just being a consumer.
Yeah. Okay. Could you tell me about a woman or multiple women who have been important to the go-go scene, both on and off stage?
Well, I just think about certain artists. I think about the band Pleasure. I think about Miss Kim. I don't know all the ladies, but just those ladies come to mind when I think of women actually in the music. So, yeah.
Awesome. And if you could choose one word to describe go-go, what word would you choose?
Flavor.
Period. I love that answer. Okay, and my last question for you. What do you think the go-go scene would look and sound like in the future?
Well, I think if the younger bands continue to build on what's already there, I think there are no limits.
Awesome. And is there anything that I haven't asked you about that you would like to add on?
No, but thank you so much.
Thank you for taking the time.
All right.